stop mindlessly clicking apply on every job you see. Make the jobs come to you. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Eva and I'm on a mission to help people build meaningful careers and inspiring workplaces. Thank you so much to everyone who's given me feedback on the types of career advice that you found useful, and because a lot of people are looking for work right now, which is especially hard during the pandemic, that's how I decided on the theme for today's video. It's actually going to be the first of a 4-part series on getting the job. We'll be looking at everything from improving your job search to answering those really tough interview questions. If you think you'd find this valuable or someone in your network would, I would be so grateful if you would like and share this video so we can amplify the message, and also share it with your friends so we can help as many people as possible find meaningful work. Job searching can be really tough. It's so frustrating when you're sending out a lot of applications and not necessarily hearing anything back or not getting any feedback, and I don't want my title to be too misleading about making jobs come to you. Realistically, unless you have a lot of experience or you're one of the few people who does what you do, you're not just going to be able to sit back and all the jobs are going to be calling you and asking you to join. However, if you're just randomly applying and throwing things at the wall, hoping that one of them will stick, you're not being efficient with your job search. And there are a few tricks and a few hacks that you can use to maximize your job search and make it easier for good jobs to find you. The first thing to know about making jobs come to you is that recruiters can be your best friend. Every single job I landed since I left university happened via a recruiter. I didn't apply on the website, a recruiter got me the job. Recruiters can either work internally for the business, or they can be a separate agency that a business hires to help them find good candidates. And it makes sense, right? Because looking through all of those CVs, finding the best candidates out of a lot of applications can be really time consuming. Or if you're a small business that's not well known, you might not get a lot of applicants. So they use recruitment agencies or recruiters to help them find really good applicants for the role. Now, there are recruiters and there are recruiters. I get it's a really tough industry and it's hard to always find the right people, but some of them don't do their research and send you irrelevant messages like this one.
Let's play Judge the Recruiter. Let's look at this message I got a couple of weeks ago. And I love when they start off with, I recently came across your LinkedIn profile and I think you'd be a great fit for this opportunity. Let's look at what they're looking for. They're looking to do market research into the coding bootcamp space. So they're probably looking for someone in IT with experience in bootcamp, obviously knows how to code. Let's look at my profile. Have I ever worked in IT? No. Have I ever been to a bootcamp? Not that kind. Do I know how to code? No. I feel like this recruiter just swipes right on everyone on Tinder. Yep.
An even better one is when they copy-paste a generic message and then their spell check steps in to give them a hand.
Let's bring on recruiter number 2. And I really like this guy because he started off with, I'm a recruiter, straight to the point, not the type to sell his own mother for a deal. So he was funny, I knew I could trust this one. And then he goes, they are on the beep for a customer success manager in London. And I thought, okay, well, this guy's done their research, but if you're copy pasting and your autocorrect is doing that, why is your autocorrect doing that? You must use that word. I've never used that word. Why is it doing that? So I was like, can I trust this guy? No, sorry, not anymore. I actually replied, I'd watch my spelling if you're copy pasting that. And he took it really well, but you just watch it. They're on the, no, sorry.
Some recruiters may send you entirely irrelevant messages, but I was lucky to deal with some fantastic recruiters. And if you're a graduate looking for a role and you've got maybe between 1 to 2 years of experience, or you've just graduated, then I can highly recommend Timberseed, who placed me in one of my first roles, and I'll link to them down below. The great recruiters are really worth their money. And speaking of money, can you guess how much recruiters make when they make a hire? It's actually between 15 to 20% of your annual salary, which is a big sum that they make as commission. And it's really important to remember, recruiters do not work for you. They are hired by and paid for by the end business. So remember that if you're later down the line in the stages, recruiters can get a little bit pushy. So make sure that you are looking out for what is the best for you and making sure you do the analysis of whether your role is going to be the right fit. But as an initial stage and initial introduction, recruiters are a great way to find some of the best roles, as they hold a lot of the roles from great businesses. You have a couple of options when it comes to recruiters or recruitment agencies. The first is getting in touch with them directly. Find recruiters who are recruiting for fields and industries that you're interested in and submit your CV so they'll get in touch with you as and when they have relevant roles. Alternatively, and more easily, you can let recruiters find you. And that brings me on to the next point. Using LinkedIn. And there are a few different ways that you can leverage LinkedIn within your job search. The first is letting recruiters come to you. 77% of recruiters rely on LinkedIn in order to find the right candidates. Recruiters can use an add-on service from LinkedIn to help them filter and search for people that are going to be relevant for their roles. So you can actually appear open to work for recruiters. This is not going to be visible to your company, although LinkedIn can't guarantee that your company might find out if you're currently within a role and you don't want your employer to know that you're searching. But you can make this privately visible to all recruiters, and I'll show you how.
Before I get to showing you how to appear visible to recruiters that you're open to work, first and foremost, make sure you have a LinkedIn profile and you've set that up. A few important tips and tricks there is make sure that you have a professional profile photo, or at least professional looking. Profiles with profile photos are 14 times more likely to be looked at by recruiters. And also, don't forget to fit in some relevant skills. There's a section down here at the bottom which is skills, and you can add those in. And there was a stat from LinkedIn research that shows that people with at least 5 relevant skills are 31 times more likely to be identified by recruiters on the search. So make sure you've got a LinkedIn profile with a great professional looking profile photo, and you've also filled in 5 relevant skills that you have. And then this is how you appear open to work to recruiters. As we said, your company will not be able to see this on your profile, so there's no kind of risk there, but there's just a drop down here with open to. If you click on that, you can choose whether you're open to hiring or finding a new job. If you click on finding a new job, that will bring up some of your settings, and you can say what kind of job roles you're looking for. So you can add a title. LinkedIn have a lot of recommendations that are based on your profile or kind of similar roles. When you search, you might be looking for sales, so you might be a sales associate, or you might be a customer service representative. So I'll add those two as an example. You can look at locations. You can also say that you're open to remote work. That's become definitely much more common. And then looking at your start date, so you could just be casually browsing or immediately actively applying for roles. So choose whatever fits in for you. You can decide if you want all or only LinkedIn or only recruiters to be able to see this. So just click there. That's only the recruiters that are using LinkedIn Recruiter, and just add that to your profile, and then you will be visible to recruiters when you're looking for work.
You can also use LinkedIn to search for jobs. There are currently 20 million open job postings on LinkedIn, and don't let location be a factor anymore. In fact, remote jobs have increased 2.5 times between March and October in 2020. So you can even add that as a filter, but you can filter by the industry, the role, your seniority level, and help you to find job postings for the companies that you would like to work for. Also remember, LinkedIn is first and foremost a social tool, so you want to be engaged within the community and visible to make it easier for people to find you. Even if you have 0 followers, you can still be part of the conversation. So make sure you follow the companies that you're interested in, you follow the people whose careers you're inspired by, and look for opportunities to talk about the engaging themes that are coming up in your field and the industries that you're interested in. Also really important to take breaks so that you don't get tired from too much job searching. So let's take a 10-second dance break. Excellent. We've had our dance break. Let's get back to making jobs come to you. The next tool for you to leverage are online job boards. You can use things like Google Jobs to help you search and filter for roles. That should be a general part of your job search process. But there are certain job boards that allow you to upload your CV and then help to surface relevant roles for you. You can also then set a notification so you can get an email when new jobs that are relevant for you are open and available. In the UK, some of the common general job boards are Reed, Indeed, and Monster, and I will link to these down below. But there are also a few more specific job boards that you can use if you know a little bit more about the type of role that you're looking for. For example, if you want to work in startups, there is a particular job board that only has postings from startups. Alternatively, any other specific skills such as speaking a foreign language can really help to kickstart a career transition. And there are job boards dedicated to people who speak foreign languages. I'll link to a couple of these in the comments down below as well. If you went to university, a lot of universities, most universities, will have their own career job boards site that you can leverage. Typically, they let alumni access this for up to 2 years after they've graduated. But I know that universities are always trying very hard to build a community of alumni. So if you've passed that 2-year mark, do still feel free to reach out to them. And I think they'd probably give you access for a little bit longer as well. Step 4 to making jobs come to you is telling your network about it. The number one way, according to LinkedIn data, that people find or hear about a new role is via a referral. It's really just the power of who you know and the power of networking. And if you think about it, it's actually a win-win. Your friends will be happy to recommend you for a new role. And in fact, they often get a referral bonus, so they will also earn some money if you do end up getting the job. So it's a win for you because you get a great job. It's a win for your friend because they can earn some money. And it's also a win from the business perspective because they're not going to waste a lot of time looking for new candidates. They don't have to pay a recruiter potentially, which as we've said can be quite an expensive fee. But they also essentially get a reference check that they normally have to wait for 4 weeks into the new role. So they get a guaranteed recommendation from someone who has a vested interest in the company. So it's a win for everybody involved. Therefore, if you are looking for work, if you're not currently working right now, by all means, broadcast it to your network on social media. Let your friends and let your network know that you are looking for work, but also let them know what kind of work you're looking for and what you'd like more specifically, because then you make it easy for people to find you. If you don't want your current employer to know that you're looking for work, then you can always tell your close circle of friends and then reach out to some of the recruiters that you've already connected with. There you have it, the top tips on how you can maximize your job search and make the good jobs come to you. Next week, we'll be looking at how you can interview like a pro, all the preparation you'll need. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell and you'll be notified for new videos with entertainment, inspiration, and practical work tips. Thanks so much for watching.